Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is episode 3 of Limited MTG Mentor with Kai and Josh. This is Josh, and Kai and I we set this stream up so that we could, I guess, mentor me specifically because Kai is really good at Magic and I am not so good at Magic. And we thought we could share this experience with other people so you can see the choices that Kai makes, and we can talk about what are good picks and what are not good picks, and good plays and not good plays. So say hi, Kai.
Hey everyone.
So I do want to call out Kai. So Kai sent me a screenshot the other day with this, with this screenshot, showing that he ranked, was that 36th Mythic Limited?
Yeah, that was at the time I was yep. I won and went to 36 number 36.
Yeah, that's just phenomenal. I can't even imagine getting that high.
Yeah, notably I did not play a single game after that. So I ended up ranking 49th or something like that for the season. So I dropped like 12, 13 spots or something like that.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. That's crazy. I think I'm silver. I've
Currently,
also
yeah. I
I,
think
I've also only
currently
played
for
three
this season
games.
I'm only diamond.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I'm only diamond this season. I haven't put a whole lot of time into it this season quite yet. Then again, it is only what what is today? The 5th.
Hmm. True, true.
So
Okay.
all right. So what do we got on the horizon today? They just changed the quick draft format, and that's what we were doing the previous two videos. So
Do we
what
have?
are you wanting to draft today?
Do we need to resume this one?
Uh,
What is?
I don't. Go ahead and click resume. It'll show you what is going on here.
I don't know what we didn't
I
do.
don't think. I don't think there isn't. Yeah, there's nothing there.
Oh, okay.
All right. So we can either do a Premier Foundations draft. We can do a Premier Pioneer Masters draft, or we can do a quick draft Duskworn House of Horror.
Hmm.
A little throwback to a couple sets ago, which it is a very fun set. Pioneer Masters is also a pretty fun set,
We could do a Pioneer
and then
Masters.
Foundation. All right, well let's do it. Let's jump into Pioneer Masters draft then. This will be a draft against other players, so we'll go ahead and join with some coins, transfer some of those coins into gems.
Hopefully.
No, hopefully, always.
Always. I like your confidence.
With a premier draft, you are looking to get 4 wins before at least 4 wins before 3 losses to make your money back.
Is that where the payoff
The
is?
bare minimum, yeah, the bare minimum you really want is to continue like drafting over and over again. Is 3 wins. I mean, you only get so you get 1,000 gems for 3 wins, plus everything drafted, and I think 2 or 3 packs.
Hmm.
Um, and it costs 1,500 gems to enter the tournament. At 4 wins, you get 1,400 gems back, plus packs and all your stuff. And then at 5 wins, you start getting well above your money back. So,
Hmm. So this isn't a this set wasn't printed in paper, so this is just a Magic Arena set anyway.
correct. This is Magic Arena only. Yep. The power level is going to be slightly higher.
Are you already familiar with what
But
the good archetypes are? Like what we would want to be trying to move into or not move into?
yeah, but we're gonna draft the best cards. So we're gonna draft the table. We're gonna read the table and draft the best cards. Um,
Uh,
we're not gonna try to force it into any specific archetypes.
See, this is why you're a better player than me. I day one I would have just said, what's the best one to play, and then forced it.
I mean, how about you just open a Chandra Flamecaller and play red? I mean, that seems pretty good to me. Um,
Yep.
I mean, yeah. So Chandra Flamecaller is a bomb for sure. Yeah, enough said there.
But
So,
I don't.
what are our other cards in this pack before we just take the Chandra here? Stewart's Solidarity is a very good card. You exert it to make a 1/1. You can do that every other turn as it only untaps. If it goes to untap and it's exerted, it removes the exert counter and doesn't untap. Blood Scrivener is a pretty good uncommon. Move your mouse because I can't see.
Sorry.
Uh, well, there's 4 seconds. There's not a whole. Yeah, Chandra's a great pick. I don't have to worry about that. I gotta remember we're playing against other people, so I have to actually
We're on a
talk
timer
a little
here.
faster. All right, we're following up with Sidisi. That's actually another very good card. You exploit and you get a tutor, and it's a 4/6 body with Death Touch for 5.
5. That's
Great
pretty
card.
good.
So yeah, we'll start hovering that one. Uncommons, we got Aspect of Hydra, green trick, good mono green. It's just okay in this format. Turn and Burn's a very good card. One side with fuse cards, you can cast both or one or the other. One side deals 2 damage, one side turns the card into a 0/1. Nyx Weaver, mills you 2 at the beginning of your upkeep, and then you can tap 3 to sack it and return a card from your graveyard to your hand. It's not a permanent, it's a card. So also a very strong card, great for mill mechanics. Notably, there's District Guide is very good for mana fixing in green. Goes and grabs either a gate or a land, puts in your hand. Devour Flesh is an okay black removal spell. Savage Punch, decent green removal spell, but it's pretty easy Sidisi.
All right. Sounds good.
Yep, taking bombs and just staying open. Draconic Roar, great 2 mana removal spell to follow up what we're going with here. So it deals 2 mana, deal 3 damage to any target, or sorry, to target creature. And then you can reveal a dragon from your hand, and it also deals 3 damage to them if you reveal the dragon. There are a decent amount of dragons in this set. Clear Shot, great green removal spell, one-sided punch effect. Also pumps your guy, instant speed. Protect and Serve, not the best of the fuse cards. Destructive Revelry is a fine sideboard card, but you're never going to run that main board in this format. Notable commons, you have a Guildgate here on color already, which is pretty good. The Undead Butler is all right.
Ooh, which one should I select before we run
Um,
out of time?
Draconic Roars, definitely.
Okay.
Red removal spell following up Chandra is definitely worth it.
All right.
Had that not been here, the land Celestia Charm's decent, but that's so far off what we're doing. You're not gonna stay open on a green white card after you pick a black and a red card. So
Yeah.
all right, we got Wild Slash is definitely the best card in this pack for you. So if you want to hover that one, it is deals 2 damage to any target.
Wow, that's great. For
Um,
1 mana.
and then it deals damage can't be prevented if you have a creature with power 4 or greater. Yep. So your uncommons are Crypt Incursion, which exile all creatures from the graveyard. You gain 3 life for each. I can't remember each card. So exiles all creatures. You gain 3 life for each card exiled this way. So great life gain card. Great to shut down graveyard recursions. Cruel Harpooner is a fantastic 2-drop green creature that can fight flyers when it comes into play. Great for the curve. Overall, fantastic card. Toil and Troubles, meh. It's not very good. I mean, you could draw 2 cards and lose 2 life with it, which is okay. Basilica Screecher is also okay. But Wild Slash is definitely, yeah, where we're wanting to be at. All right, now we're following it up with, so you have a Black Bloom Rogue, which is a DFC. Dual faced card is what DFC stands for.
Thank you.
DFCs in this format are pretty good because you can, if you need to play them as a land, you can. If not, then they are just another card in your deck. This is a decent card. 2/3 menace can become a 5/3 menace if they have 8 or more cards in their hand. However, it's not as good as Boulder Salvo. I think Boulder Salvo is a pretty easy pickup there. It's a 5 mana, deal 4 damage to a creature. However, if you've already cast a spell this turn, you can pay 2 mana
Ooh,
instead to deal 4 damage to a creature.
that's so
So
good.
yeah, very strong card. Other notable cards in if you're playing multiple colors, Courier's Briefcase is very strong. Skyclave Elf is also really strong. Void Shatter for the counterspell. Of course, Guild Gates, but pretty easy pickup of Boulder Salvo. So we are pretty happy we're in red here. It feels very open. Um, not sure if we're for sure in black yet. Unexpected Realms is not a rare that's going to do anything for you. Labyrinth Champion can be really good if you have a lot of targeted effects. Heroic deck is a deck in this, but we are not, so far, definitely not playing a Heroic deck, so it's not very good for us. So I would either take the Baleful Eidolon as a 1/1 Death Toucher that can bestow, or the McKinney Slide Runner, which is a 2/1 Trampler that landfall gets +1/+1 until end turn. I like the Baleful Eidolon better, but we're not for sure in black yet. But I still think it's a better card.
Well, let's focus on taking the better card. We'll take that one.
Okay. Oh, wow, this is a very good pack. You got 3 very, very strong cards. You have a Fell Stinger, which is a 3/2 Death Touch for 3 with Exploit. Um, sack a creature, target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. I really like this card. Um, one of the best red commons in this set, Rimrock'nite.
Hmm.
You use it as a +2/+0 trick, and then you play it as a 3/1 creature that can't be blocked.
Yep.
And then you have a Gurmag Angler, Delve 5/5, big fat guy, you cast by exiling stuff from your graveyard. I
Yep.
like the Fell Stinger personally. I like being able having card draw on red black feels very strong.
Oh, I'm sad about the Gurmag
And
Angler then. That takes me back to my
even at
legacy days.
even at its bottom, the 3/2 Death Touch for 3 mana is still 3/2 Death Touch for 2 mana. Mogus is really good in the red aggro decks. It can bestow for 3, gives the creature +2/+2, but they have to attack each combat if able. We're not really an aggro deck. We're actually like more a control late game deck, so I'm not sure that doesn't fit very well in our deck. Basilicus Creature is a decent 2-drop, 2 mana, 1/2 flying that has extort. I like that pickup here.
Yeah, it seems like its
It gives you
extort
some.
is a pretty good effect.
Yeah. Draining 1 and gaining 1 is definitely a decent effect. And then having some evasion and so you got the Cryptic Incursion, which is just a sideboard card, or the McKinney Slide Runner, which is the 2-drop for and is better for your curve, which I think you just take the 2-drop here.
Yeah, we passed that one earlier, so we should get it now.
Excuse me, everyone. Sorry about that. All right, so you have Devour. So the best card in this pack is the Martial Glory, but it is red white. 2 targeted effects on 1 card is really strong for heroic. That's not what we're playing. So Devour Flesh as a subpar removal spell, or the Crafter. The Crafter is way better. 2 bodies for 3 mana. One of them's a 1/1 flyer. Definitely the pick. Good card, especially when you have we have 2 exploits already within the Fell Stinger and Sidisi. Best card in this pack is definitely Ardenville Tactician in white. I don't be playing any of these, so I'd probably just take the Ardenville Tactician and put it in your sideboard. I'm not big on that DFC as a 6 mana 4/5 trampler. It's just not that good. So we take a second Screecher or the first sideboard Incursion. I'm not very huge on the Incursion, so I think just take a second Screecher here. You're not playing any of these cards, so probably just put the Martial Glory in your sideboard because it's the best card in the pack. Labyrinth Champion in your sideboard. You don't have enough stuff to target it really, and then we're just red black good stuff. We just want to keep opening good. Oh, Nissa, that is a bomb, and that could be
We splash green.
splashable. It is splashable. Let's see what else is in the pack. So I mean, there's not much else in the pack, to be honest. You have a Rimrock Knight, but you're not playing an aggressive deck. There's no black-red removal. Baleful Eidolon's definitely not a pack one pick one. I would definitely take the Nissa here. That doesn't mean we're playing it, but it is the best card in the pack. And so the off chance that we for some reason definitely want to splash green, it is gonna be a very good card to splash. So
And it's not like a double green or anything like that either.
right.
I had an Oath of
All right.
Nissa.
Oath of Nissa is just okay. It just digs you for cards. If you're playing green, it's a fine card. Kabir Takedown's a great white card with removal. Gate Colossus is a very strong card if you're playing gates, which we have 0 gates currently, and we're not playing gates. This is not a gate deck. So
Oh, look, we have a
um
Golgari Guildgate though for the black
there is a
green.
Golgari Guild gate. Yes. Again, I don't feel like you want to push yourself to splash the Nissa right off the rip here. Um so if there's better black and red cards, you probably want to stick with just taking the black and red for now. Palaka Predation's really strong as a way to take a card out of their hand. It also can be a land. It's a DFC.
Which
And
which one?
then the
Which one?
Badlands.
Which one should I highlight?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Predation. Yeah.
All right.
And the Badlands I can't remember the full name of that one, is also pretty good. All right. So we are not seeing a whole lot in black and red this pack so far, which is somewhat disappointing. Painful Truths as a 3-mana draw 2, or if you're splashing green, a 3-mana possible draw 3 is probably worth it. It's probably the best card in this pack. You have a Wear Tear you can put in the sideboard. You have another Slide Runner. Best cards in this pack. This pack's not very good at all.
Yeah, certainly not
I
for
think this
us.
is a pretty easy paint. Even for other decks, Artificial Tactician is the only card in here that. I mean, the Sky Rider Elf is also decent, but Painful Tacticians is definitely, or Painful Truce is definitely a decent pickup for us. All right, Fight with Fire is a fantastic removal spell. This pack has actually got a lot of good stuff in it for us again, and I'm hoping something tables. We have Fight with Fire as a premium removal spell that can also end up going to face for 10 if you have 9 mana. Gurmag Angler is amazing. Another Gear Crafter is really good for our deck. And there's a Rakdos Guildgate. So this pack has a lot of stuff in it. I think Fight with Fire is definitely the right pick, and then hopefully tabling one of the 3 Gurmag Angler, Gear Crafter, or the Guildgate.
Yeah, let's cross our fingers.
If you put Nissa in your sideboard, how many creatures do you have right now?
7.
All right, so we're doing decent. Okay. Lifebane Zombie is a fine card. It's a 3/1. If you're playing against green or white, you could take a creature and exile it from their hand, which is pretty strong. Scab Clan Berserker is a very strong card. 3 mana, 2/2 haster. Once it connects, it becomes renowned and gets a counter on it. And whenever an opponent casts an on creature spell, it does 2 damage to them.
I like that.
Pretty strong card. It is a double red, but it is a very strong card. I think that is decent to hover. A Crowan Crusader is the top pick for red uncommons. It's probably the best red uncommon, but we don't have the deck for that card. So, we have a Legion Loyalist. That card's just good. When you attack with it and 2 other creatures, all creatures you control can first strike and trample until end turn and can't be blocked by creature tokens.
And a 1/1 haste.
Yeah, I like this card. We're playing a mid-range deck, so you're not gonna typically like play this and just aggro out with it, but that's not the point. If you can give your other cards haste and trample later on in the game, that's pretty strong. Other notable cards are the Slide Runner and the Read the Bones for you. But we do have Painful Truths already and a Fell Stinger, so I don't think we need to Read the Bones. So pretty easy pick for Legion Loyalist. Another Akroan Crusader. Man, I wish we had more ways to target.
We still got one more
So
pack to go through.
yeah, it may be worth taking this here because there's not a whole lot of other stuff in the pack. It would be the McKinney Slide Runner. other than this. Or the skeleton because of the skeleton's probably actually the better pick because
Should,
of
should I switch to that one?
your yeah, because you have the Fell Stinger and Sidisi to sack it to go get stuff.
Hmm.
All right, again, Notion Thief is your rare. Not going to splash for that. Tuco Husk is okay. Not the biggest on Perforos' Emissary. Probably just probably the 2/2, yeah, the Ranger. Giving you some chance to draw a discard. You have a couple bigger creatures.
Ooh.
There is a Rimrock Knight, best card in the pack, so I would take that. As of right now, I'm not quite sure if it's going to go in the deck or not. I mean, it can go in the deck regardless. It's just a good trick with a creature. So those are the cards you definitely need with a Crow and Crusader. Baleful Eidolon, definitely the best card here. I love that it can trade up with bigger creatures. It's technically 2 Death Touchers in 1 if you have 5 mana, because you put it on something small, give it Death Touch, trade with it, and this comes off and still has Death Touch. It's a
Nice.
pretty easy pick there. Wear and Tear for the sideboard.
Ooh.
There you go. Oof.
Is it?
I lean, because we don't have any self-mill, I lean towards taking the gate here. Fixing is just always premium. There you go. Put a Crusader in your sideboard. Very surprised to see those Crusaders going late. They are very top tier cards. Cryptic Incursion for the sideboard. Definitely gonna have plenty of playables.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. Well, depending on this next pack, we definitely could end up playing a little more aggressive red black here. So
Swift Spear. Classic.
yeah, not a very good card. So Swear is not a very good card. Most of the time it just doesn't do enough. Our rare is not very good here in Shamanic Revelation. So not gonna worry about that. So you have a Priest of Fell Rites, which is an amazing card. 5 mana for a 2/2 and a 5/5, and then the 2/2 deals 2 damage to you at the beginning of your upkeep. But you have 2 ways to sack that. It's a very strong card. Very strong card.
More than.
Bio Blight, very strong removal card.
Yeah, what's wrong with the Swift Spear?
It's doesn't affect the board enough. It takes a lot to get it going. People are okay taking a little bit of damage early. They're better in like high commodities, right? If you have more than just one of them, and better in a very, very, very aggressive deck, which you're not.
Oh, I see.
How many humans do you have in your deck?
4.
So that Zethrid Necromancer is actually decent when it dies or any other human dies. You create a 2/2 zombie. And then if we put the Crow and Crusaders in, they all are also human. So that's a pretty strong card. There's not much else also in black and red in this pack for you. Gore Clan Rampager is definitely the best card in the pack, or Murmuring Mystic. But they are not on color, so.
Oh yeah, the Mystic. I remember this card.
So yeah, Zethrin Necromancer. Decent pickup. All right, another Fight with Fire and another Rimrock Knight. And a Dreadbore. Wow, this pack is packed as well. All right, based off of what we've been seeing, we may want to switch to go a little more aggressive and take the Rimrock Knight here and put the 2 Crone Crusaders in our deck.
More than the Dreadbore?
I mean, so we have lots of Death Touch. We have Fight with Fire, Wild Slash. Yeah, that depends. I don't know. Going aggressive can just run over your opponents. So the Dreadbore is definitely a good pick here.
Should I switch? Too late.
But the Rimrock Knight, we'll stick with the Rimrock Knight. It's
Okay.
aggressive. This pack is not good. Probably take the Devour Flesh here. Yeah, just take Devour Flesh, and there's not much else in this pack that you're going to use. So, all right, Coordinated Assault, very very strong card, especially if you're playing with the Chrome Crusaders. 2 target creatures get +1/+1 on first strike until end turn for 1 mana. Very very strong trick. Pretty easy pickup. Other notable cards, Stab Wound is pretty decent. But when you're running your opponents over, you typically don't want to make their creature smaller because then they just block and it dies. So the 2 life won't really matter. It could give you reach at the end of a game, but I don't think it's necessary. I think Coordinated Soul is just much better. All right, then we got the Mogus Warhound here. 2 mana 2/2, or bestow it onto a creature and give it +2/+2 and attacks each turn of able. Very good aggressive card. Very easy pickup here. Expedite is a fine card for targeted effects, but not going to need that here. You're definitely going to have a lot of playables. I have a lot of
Yeah.
cuts to make.
Yeah, I'm worried about
Uh,
that.
pretty easy, pretty easy boulder salvo here. Nothing's going to compete with that card in this pack. Especially when you're playing aggressive decks. You play, on turn 3, you play a 1 mana card. Another Legion Loyalist, too. That's a pretty easy Legion Loyalist here, too.
We have a lot of
So you are
one-drop
turning into a
creatures.
pretty aggressive deck, yes. A couple more targeted effects would be nice. Bile Blight is a fantastic removal spell. Probably not playing anything in this pack. I would just take the, I don't know, Amex since I already put it in the sideboard. Also a very, very strong heroic card. Hopefully it plays to just put the Husk in your sideboard. I don't think you're getting the Tuca Husk. I don't think you'll end up playing it, but it's the only playable card for you. Hopefully we end, yeah, both of those will end up going in. Take the land, put it in your sideboard. Hoping we have enough targeted effects for the Chrome Crusaders. But this is a pretty aggressive deck for sure. Got a couple really strong top end cards in Chandra and Sidisi. McKinney Slide Runner, and that may make the deck, so just put that in your deck. It's a good. I put the Predation in your sideboard. I don't know if you're going to end up playing the other Predation now. I'm going to put that in your sideboard as well. All right, we definitely got some building to do. All right, let's change the view. Click the arrow up, and then separate by creature. All right. So definitely going to be a 16 land deck. And we have, you're definitely going to cut a swamp over a mountain. You want to keep all the mountains for the most aggressive starts. All right. As far as creatures go, the sanitary and skeletons no longer seem right in your deck. So I'd cut both of those. As far as your 2-drops go, the Boundary Lands Ranger and probably the Screechers. So the Screechers give you some reach, but with what you're doing, you're almost never going to be able to extort because you're going to be tapping out for stuff every turn. I don't think the Screechers are right for the deck as well. And then the rest of the creatures all look pretty dang good.
How
What is
many
that?
is
How many
that?
creatures does that give you?
17.
17. So we may want to cut one more creature, but let's take a look at the spells. I think you can take. I think you can cut both the Peleka Predations, and then still have 3 cuts to make. Yikes!
What about the
So
painful
Painful
truths?
Truth is only a draw 2. Yeah, so that definitely may be the right cut. Um, remove your Devour Flesh is your worst removal spell,
Yeah, they'll just
and I
sack
think the
their
only
yeah, they'll sack their worst creature. That does nothing.
and then I don't think you're gonna take out anything else on the bottom, so we got to take out one more creature. So I would say, as for your deck, the worst creatures in your deck are probably the 2 Baleful Eidolons. But the thing is when you bestow them, they're also targeted effects for the Chrome Crusaders. So I still think cutting one of those is probably right. They're not aggressive enough. You want to be more aggressive. So red was definitely the right place to be in. Still unsure if black was right. I mean, is there any way we go mono red? What's still in your sideboard? Pull down your sideboard again.
Hold on 1 second.
Yeah. Boundary Lands Ranger Champion. Just scroll over. Oh, and that's it. No. All right. So definitely missing something like Witch's Mark, which you didn't see any Witch's Marks at all during the draft. But it's a good deck. It's got good removal, got some good creatures, got a low curve, got some bombs. All in all, I'd say this is probably. I think we should definitely be able to get our 4 wins with this.
You think so?
Yeah. So I would take a screenshot and get rolling. You got some very good removal. You have some very, very aggressive starts.
All right.
Definitely going to want to be on the play as much as possible.
I hope so. Well, I mean that improves our odds of winning anyway by 2%, right?
Quite a bit. A lot. On Arena, going first is a big deal. In best of 1 with a hand smoother, going first is a pretty big deal. All right, you have both bombs in your hand. A little bit of a slower hand, but I don't think you can bowl that. So
We have a turn 1 play, a turn 2 play.
yeah, I'm not sure if you play Legion Loyalist on turn 1 here though.
We would just play the Gilgate.
And then play the 2-drop. Yeah, because it's better when you can surprise get them. So hopefully we draw a creature within the first 2 turns to have 3 creatures. But this game is looking more like a control the board until we get to Chandra and try to win with Chandra kind of hand. You're good just to advance the board with McKinney Slide Runner. And you would very easily trade these off if he attacks. We are definitely not the aggressors with this hand right now. How many loyalty does Chandra come in with again?
4.
So it can do -3 to all creatures, or it can do 3 to all creatures with surviving.
Yep.
That's a very aggressive play by your opponent, and you're okay with it. Well, there you go. Great 3-drop, right on curve. That gives you 2 bodies for your Legion Loyalist, or an easily trade the 2-1 for his 2/2.
But I would want to hold up the 1/1.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point in blocking with the 1/1 when you can just trade. But if he doesn't attack, then you also can swing in with everything with First Strike and Trample. So, and another removal spell, it's very good. So, yeah, I would just play your Legion Loyalist and attack with everything because it triggers your Legion Loyalist. Sorry. If you're gonna attack with everything, you have to kill something. You have to kill it. I don't know. I was getting ahead of myself there. I don't think using a removal spell right now is the right thing to do. So I think you just attack with the 2/1 and the 1/1. See what he does. You want to try to force him to use a trick from his hand before using a removal spell. You want to try to 2-for-1 him. If not, he just takes the 3 damage, and yeah, you pass the turn. Holding up 2 removal spells. Hopefully drawing land for Sidisi next turn.
Is that a blue? So they're 3 colors.
Very typical in Pioneer Masters. All right, so he's casting a 4/4. I would kill. Oh, so you should have killed the Lands Ranger before letting him go to combat, because now he gets to loot. But instead, maybe you just trade the Legion Loyalist for the Mistcutter Hydra
Should I?
and a card. I think so, yeah.
So I
So
block.
block and then use either one of your spells. I'm trying to think of which one's probably better. Probably use the Draconic Roar. Finish it off with Draconic Roar. Not revealing any. You don't have any dragons in your deck, so.
Submit 0.
Yep.
There's a nice trick.
Sad. Yeah, you definitely wanted to land there, but so I would just swing with both. And because you'll probably play the Rimrock Knight regardless, if he doesn't block, I would pump for 2.
Oh.
Because you're going to play the Rimrock Knight regardless, right? Now you're going to play it as a 3/1, so you just missed out on 2 damage.
My mistake. That was bad.
So yeah, make sure it's always hard to play when somebody else is playing with you. So, but I would still definitely play it as a 3/1. It puts pressure on the board. You want to keep the pressure on the board right now. You actually are winning with pressure on the board. And now you have mana for Bio Blight if needed. So. Yeah, go ahead and kill that in response. You're actually gonna end up working out for you.
With the Bile Blight?
Yep. So Ordeal Perforos makes it whenever he attacks, he gets to put a counter on it. And then once it has 3 counters, he can sack the Ordeal and deal 3 damage to something. So this is a good 2-for-1 opportunity. He may have a trick to keep it alive. You're still getting another card. No, he's gonna fight your guy. So still a 2-for-1, 3-for-1, or 3-for-2, I should say. And now you're ahead. You just swing in. You need to draw a land for sure.
Yeah. Really want to play that Chandra.
Getting back to Mistcutter Hydra.
Jeez.
All right, so we can Mistcutter Hydra for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Put you on a 3-turn clock, but you're attacking for 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. See, he's on a 3-turn clock. So yeah, I would definitely attack. And then pass the turn. He has to tap his whole turn out if he wants to hit you for 6. And then if you draw a mana for Sidisi, then you have a big Death Toucher to handle it anyway.
All
Yep.
right.
Your turn. There you go. Play the Legion Loyalist and swing for 4. Puts him on a turn 2-turn clock.
I mean, we could hit him for 2 more with
Swing out.
this.
There's no point. So it doesn't increase your clock at all to do that. If you were going to kill him, that would be worth it. But it doesn't do anything. If you're going to swing for 4 this turn, and then you're going to swing for 4 next turn, it's going to kill him. Swinging for 2 more this turn doesn't affect anything.
And I could save it to see who he would block on the next turn if he blocks.
Right, exactly. And it's a 1-mana spell to cast before the Boulder Salvo. So if he plays a creature, you could play the Coordinated Assault pre-combat and surge the Boulder Salvo.
Oh, okay.
Instead of having to pay 5 mana, you only had to pay 2 mana for it.
So now he can't attack at all. Unless he wants
But he
to.
is. If he has a removal spell in hand, then so I would just go ahead and attack. See what he does. Don't play the land. Don't let him know you have it yet. Just go to combat, swing. My guess is he has a removal spell, but even that doesn't stop you from winning with coordinated assault. Nope, he doesn't. So you just win. If you played something beforehand, it gives him the ability to react to the situation before you can attack. If you attack with everything, then he kills something, you can coordinated assault the other 2 after the fact, and he's still dead. Or say he actually had a way not to die this turn, you can always play your land main phase 2 and play the Sidisi as a blocker. So, sad that you did not get to Kashandra, but good first win.
And 100 coins. All right, can you see the screenshot of the deck list, Kai?
No.
Okay.
Nope. I can only see your game.
So I can put up on the recording screen the deck list between rounds, but you
Very
can't see it.
nice.
Sorry.
It's a very easy mulligan. Better. Probably pitching the Boulder Salvo. Yeah, I think that's right. Nice turn 1 removal spell if needed. And to turn 2 McKinley Slide Runner. I do hate how this maintains priority because you can shoot them. It kind of tells them that you have the spell.
Yeah.
Yep, play the Slide Runner. Definitely hope to draw land here.
We don't have any card draw in this deck, do we?
Just the Fell Stinker. And Chandra. All right. Nice land. That's a really good draw because now you get to play the Scab Clan Berserker and attack with it and turn its renown on. And I wouldn't sack that guy for a while because if they have Devour Flesh, you can just sack the guy that's Compulsory Rests. You can sack it to gain 2 life. It's pretty much a pacifism that allows you to sack it. All right, so he's going to deal 2 to you every turn, which is okay because you're going to be winning the race here. So I would use the Bestow on the Magus Warband.
Use the what?
Magus Warband, the Bestow. So when
Oh,
you go to cast it, it'll ask you how you want to cast it. You want to bestow it and put it on the Scab Clan Berserker. And then you're still attacking for 3 every turn with it. And any single time he casts a non-creature spell, he takes 2 damage. So he either has to block it, kill it, get rid of the stab wound, or just take the damage from it over time.
so we're still winning the race.
By far, yeah. Yep, you take 2. Just go ahead and swing in. I think it's a pretty easy Necromancer main phase 2. Now you got some fun. You got some fun stuff in your hand. Because Wild Slash can go to the face, so that's 2 extra damage. Coordinated assaults to pump up guys. You have Fight with Fire to kill something. You have Boulder Solve to kill something. You're looking pretty good right now. I think you just swing with both and you're going to use the Coordinated Assault. So I would use Coordinated Assault on both of them. And then Draconic Roar, one of the messengers.
One on each.
Yep. And then Draconic Roar, one of the messengers. Down to 10 he goes. Or sorry, down to 6 he goes. He's technically at 4, so you need to find a way to get 4 more damage through. That was a good draw. Swing in again. Just keep the pressure on. If he wants to double block the Necromancer, you don't care. It's an easy trade for you. Um, because you're nowhere near dying, I wouldn't overexert by playing that. I would just let this happen.
Because he's holding a 4 mana. He's going to kill one.
Uh-huh. So that's going to do 2 damage to him. You're okay with that. So just click resolve. Because as of right now, he's dead. Because you'll take 3 from the other guy, and then you can wild slash him. So you're fine with this. Let damage happen. And then just wild slash him to the face. With everything on the stack. Just shoot him 2 to the face. Very nice. Aggro things doing aggro things.
Nice.
Only 3 mana needed.
How many times have you drafted the set?
Probably like 20.
Oh my gosh.
But it's an ever changing format right now. So they rotate cards that are in the set. There's a base set, and then there's sheets that they rotate. So it kind of changes the format slightly every couple weeks. Like the first iteration had a lot more planeswalkers in it, and this one has a lot more spells in it. Pretty good hand. Pretty good hand.
I would have liked
Definitely looking for a.
a third mana though.
Go ahead.
I would have liked one more mana.
Yeah, absolutely. You want to get at least one more mana or a 2-drop in the first draw. Very easy turn 1 Crusader though. Nice. I would just attack. I'd play a land and attack for 1. The warband's better bestowed. And don't need to use the coordinated strike right now.
Should I play the
Make sure you
black?
play your land. Yeah. I don't think it matters too much.
Oh, play the Warhound?
No. It's better with bestow on the Chrome Crusader. So.
Okay.
Because when you target the Chrome Crusader, you get a 1/1 token with haste. You definitely don't care about that because it's only got 1 butt. So yeah, you play your land, bestow the. Oh, that's a really good draw too. Bestow the Warhound on the Chrome Crusader. And that will create a 1/1 haster and attack with everything. If he doesn't kill that a Chrome Crusader this turn, you're going to go really far too. He's going to have to trade his 2/1 for your 1/1. That would be painful. He decided not to do it. All right. Looks like he's got a removal spell. Yep, he does.
So he's playing an aggro game here too.
Yes, he is.
Do we just want
Sure.
to trade? Or take it?
No, take it. You want to stay on the offensive. Legion Loyalist does not have first strike, correct? When you hover over his Legion Loyalist. That's his creature. The
Oh,
1/1. Yeah, okay. So I would play the Chrome Crusader before combat and then attack with everything. That way you can target it with 1/2 of the coordinated assault if he blocks and make another 1/1. If he doesn't block, then he just takes 3 and you can use the Boulder Salvo. So he takes 3. And you can use the Surge on the Boulder Salvo to deal 4 damage. Probably to the Legion Loyalist. Because that would be a bigger threat in the long run than the 2/1 will.
This one?
Yep. Now you're hoping for like runner swamps to push the game. Yeah, that's a good card. No blocks. Is not the card you're looking for. So you have to attack with the Mogus. Which means you might as well just attack with everything. I would play the Xethrid Necromancer before combat, though.
I already hit the button.
The reason being is if they kill the Crusader, you would have got a 2/2 out of it. Because it's a human. So you're hoping he just blocks the Mogus here, but if he's smart, he just blocks the Crusader. And that hurts you a lot. Maybe he's scared, doesn't block at all. All right. Yep. So you let that happen. He takes 2. You are falling behind. Not having lands is rough here. I would play the Necromancer. Not getting your land drops is going to hurt you a lot. You're going to start falling behind.
Yeah,
Especially if
no.
he can target the Rhino, which it looks like he can. When he targets it, he gets to draw a card. Yep. So he kills your guy and draws a card. You make a 2/2. All right. So I would swing with everything. It's the only way you're going to win. It is possible that you lose next turn, depending on what he does. But and then use the coordinated assault on the token that he blocked and the Crusader. I'm gonna create a 1/1 blocker for you. Gonna hit him for 4, and then play your land and your 2/1. And he has 6. He has 6 damage trample currently on the board. So all he needs is a little bit of damage, and he's fine. That doesn't do it because that does not have trample. You're hoping for a swamp here. Swamp would be very, very, very good. If not a swamp, a removal spell for the 4/4 Trampler. That is the worst possible draw. Yeah, you're just gonna pass the turn. Not much you can do. I would play the land actually, because sticks. You still need one more. We got a major lag there.
Yeah.
And he's just gonna start vomiting big fatties on the board. Really need to swamp this turn, or you're gonna be too far behind. It's lagging really bad, Josh.
I'm sorry. It's still good on my side.
Okay.
But
I'm
we
not
gotta
sure if the
no, stream's
yeah.
okay. We've
Okay,
got a Priest
cool.
of the Blood right, but we can't cast it.
Nope. Yeah, there's unfortunate land issues here. He got really close. Yeah, just pass the turn. That would have put the game away pretty fast too, but I think you are just dead in the water here.
So he's swinging with the 3/2, and that's it.
I would block with your 2/1 or your 2/2. Probably the 2/2, yeah. Yikes. Um, yeah, you just play it and pass the turn. It's painful to be looking at like the game-winning cards in your hand and not being able to cast them.
Maybe we should have added one more black back in.
No, it's. I mean, it's what you're doing is still right. It's. He has to be careful how he attacks though, because you have at least 2 damage on the swing back already.
All right, so he's swinging all.
Let's see, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4. So your best play to win the game would be to block with your 2 tokens and your Legion Loyalists, 1 each on the 7/4, 7/4, and 10/10, and hope to draw something to target the Crusader and win the game on your turn. So Loyalist on the 7/4. Yep. And that's all, folks. If he's got the pump spell, he wins regardless, but doesn't look like he does. And another double black card. That's unfortunate. You take him to 3. So go
Just
ahead and
concede.
concede. Yep. Move on to the next.
That's a shame.
Variation's always going to catch in Magic no matter what. So play it up. A lot of people, like you said, will be like, well, maybe we should have more black in our deck.
Yeah, why not?
Variation will happen whether you build your deck correct or incorrectly. It can happen. So just because that happened doesn't mean we didn't have enough swamps in our deck. It's random.
2 mana again.
Pretty good hand. It's a good hand though. It's a very aggressive hand. And I would lead off with the Acrone Crusader, and hopefully you do draw 1 land. 1 land draw here is going to be very strong.
Well, we want to be able to play our Chandra.
Yeah, we're not going to complain about more lands, but at least 1 land. Got to start there. Play Legion Loyalist and attack for 2. All right, top decks. Let's get that land.
Yeah, we really need another land. Please, please. Mm.
Oh, that's not a land, but it's a decent draw. Just attack for 2 again. And I would just hard cast the Mogus at this point, since you didn't draw your land. Keep the pressure up. That is a good card for him to play for you. So swing out with everything. And then next to blockers. Then coordinate the assault, the Crusader, and the one he blocked. And then draw land. Yikes. Once again, the Mog has to attack, so you might as well attack with everything. This game would have been very over had you drawn land there. Okay, that was a decent draw. Swing in with just your Mogus. And then use your Rimrock Knight on it when he
After,
blocks.
yeah.
Wait until he blocks. Yeah. Sorrow of all the cards in your hand. You got a big creature. My oh my. Just play your Rimrock Knight. The good news is he can't attack, but at this point, even just one land unlocks you can sack something and draw 2 more cards. I would not attack with anything.
Yeah, I'm not feeling good about our land situation now. He has 7 land. 7.
Yes, he does. It's not very often that you can go through a game with as many draws as you have, though, and not draw a land. So, well, you have to discard 5 of your cards.
Well, what's the one we're keeping?
It's either the Fell Stinger or the Fight with Fire, probably.
That hurts.
Yeah, that was a really good card to have in this situation. Holy boy. All right, pass turn.
So why?
The
So
variance has got you twice in a row.
yeah.
What were you gonna ask?
So you still don't think we should add another land to the deck?
No. All right. He has no cards in hand. I think you fight with fire the 8/4. Trying to think of what we need to draw to win the game here.
No attacks.
No, it's not. Nope. Because if he's smart, he will attack in with his Gore Claw. Puts you on a 2-turn clock. I don't know why he's not attacking. He's continuing to draw really well, which is frustrating when you're drawing poor. Um, he just gets the 8/4 back again. And that's lethal. I think you're dead. 8, 7, 8, plus 9, 17. Yep. As long as he attacks, you're dead. He definitely shouldn't have lost to this deck. Good game, he says to the person who's land screwed all game. he's banking his stars for that one.
Yeah.
But not much you can do.
All right, so we're 2-2,
Yep,
and we want to get to 4.
correct.
Oh boy. But we're still good. We're still good.
Yeah, absolutely. Even when we with the hands you've kept, I mean, that one would have been an easy win with the third land. Like you would absolutely just ran him over. You got him down to 8 before he stabilized and still had 5 damage on the board. Just couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah,
And there's
I
not
guess it
many
happens.
not many cards could have taken you out of that. If he couldn't have made you discard 5 cards, you still would have been fine. Because you would have drew more cards the next turn with the Death Toucher.
Hmm.
So it was very unfortunate that he had the Rakdos return specifically on a splash and drew a splash color before you could draw a third land. Oh, it's not the best hand in the world, but
But hopefully, we're not going to get land screwed, and we're just going to keep drawing gas, right?
yeah, this will be the opposite issue of drawing. What if we draw too many lands? But
Are we on the play?
then we're on the draw,
Ah,
and he has a turn one loyalist as well. I think you just play your land and pass, hold up slash, see if you play something better to slash. If not, slash the loyalist. Yeah, just slash loyalist. definitely double creature this turn. So a crow. No, 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 no.
Oh, all right. Well, which one?
Crusader. Definitely got to pay attention to what you're doing on lands when.
Well, I was trying to get in the black so we can get to the Bile Blight.
Yeah, they didn't have they didn't have a creature on the board, so
Yeah, that would have been a misplay by my side.
um, so play a mountain and play the loyalist and swing. And then use your Rimrock Knight to kill his guy. So pump your Legion. What's the card he put in his hand with Philology? Drawer Disruption. Yeah, I would probably Bile Blight that. You're going to take 2 from the cast, but and then play Rimrock Knight and swing in. You do this all while you can't Drawari it, and then you don't have to play around the Drawari. At this point, the Drawari is pretty much a land in his hand, so definitely need some gas. I'll go ahead and attack with everything. See if he does anything. I don't think. I'm not sure if playing any more creatures is right. Um, so they have Radiant Flames, which you can deal damage to everything. Gates Ablaze, but they have 0 gates. So it's really just Radiant Flames.
Just end the turn.
It's hard to tell. All right, yeah, just pass the turn. Three double striker with prowess. There you go, Draconic Roar that. Pretty easy Draconic Roar.
Just kill it.
Yep. And then I would play the Legion Loyalist and swing because it puts them on a turn 2 turn clock instead of a 1 turn clock or a 3 turn clock. Okay. Are your Legion Loyalists humans?
No, goblins.
No. So I would just attack. I would attack with everything. He's going to kill your Rimrock Knight, but he'll take 3, and then play the Gear Crafter. Gear Crafter will put 2 more bodies on the board.
The Necromancer?
No, the Gear Crafter.
Oh, good.
And the Gear Crafter is also human as well as the Crusader, so the Necromancer next turn will be really good.
Oh, he can't swing in.
No, so he can play. Oh, he's digging for cards. If he plays a land, he gets to free something of yours down. So make sure you play that before combat if we don't draw something better to play.
Okay.
Well, that's not the guy I was thinking of. That one's the monstrous tap 4 things down. His guy.
Oh.
All right. One closer to your 4th win. One more win and you'll also be gold.
Oh, cool. And we didn't get land screwed. And we didn't run out of cards.
Yeah, that was a much better game.
So I feel better too. Let's just cross our fingers for this
But
one.
that's the whole thing. Just because you get land screwed in a game doesn't mean you're running 2 short lands.
You just
There's
got
just
unlucky.
you can't you can't control the game. You can play as to the best you can play with what you get. And the game where you had 2 lands, you played very well, got them down to 8, just needed the land to finish the game, and we didn't get it. So
Hmm. Well, that's not
yeah,
good.
nope, that is not a good opener.
At least we're on the draw, since we are going to have to mulligan. All right, cross your fingers. Oh,
Worst games. Yeah, there's no way you can keep it. That's unfortunate. All right, keeping that one. Putting up swamp. And a Rimrock Knight, I think.
cross your fingers.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to win with this hand. So loyalist swing. So that was a good draw if you can draw a mountain.
So they're green, so they're going to have a bunch of big creatures later.
And just attack for 1 and then play the slide runner. And then I am gonna have to go use the restroom. So good luck for a second.
Okay, go.
Did we get to your third land drop?
Barely, but it's black.
I don't think there's much you can do against a green deck on a Molda 5.
I know, and behind
Not with
on,
your deck anyway.
and I'm behind on so much land with no
Yeah.
removal. I'm really hurting on
Object
this.
Fight with Fire here would be a good one. Necromancer is decent. I don't think you have any other humans, but
Oh, do I just play the Necromancer? Well, he's
attack with the Mogus first. You don't. You have to attack with the Mogus, so go ahead and attack with the Mogus first. Yeah, and then play the Necromancer.
we don't have any humans.
It itself is a human, but that's it. Yeah.
Oh,
And the Scab Clan in your hand is also human, but you can't cast that right now. So
no.
a little bit of an unfortunate draft, but it happens. Fight with Fire would be a good draw from the top of the deck. Fell Stinger would be actually Fell Stinger is what you want to draw. Yeah, I would just take 9. Yeah, well, just attack with your Rimrock and Mogus. I would just let him trade. Use your coordinated assault on defense here. Last turn.
So that's like 3 out of our 5 games where we got mana screwed.
Well, that's magic, baby. Oh, and he has a removal spell. That's annoying. Yep. He has 2 removal spells. No,
Well, at least we almost had them run out of cards.
not really. He's putting another creature back into his hand here.
I know. Almost out of cards.
Block the 5/5. Definitely some unfortunate draws. But that'll do.
Yeah, that's game, isn't it?
Yep. Mold of 5. Not much you can do. So
Oh well.
unfortunate. Never got to play the Chandra or Sidisi for that matter.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes,
that's a bummer.
sometimes that's just be the luck. Still think his deck was definitely a good deck. Drafted it well. Didn't made a few play mistakes, as in playing the wrong lands and stuff like that.
But nothing that like changed the outcome of the game.
No, in fact, the game where you made the play mistake, you still won. So,
Yeah. Well, let's see what we got
but
on
yeah,
our
that's what
packs.
happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Facing Quagmire and Chain to the Rocks. All right, guys. Not all can be winners. Um,
Here's a screenshot of the deck. I know Kai, you can't see it, but everyone else should be able to. This is this is what we ended up with. Is that three wins?
yeah, 3-3.
Yeah, that's not as bad as it. It could have been worse.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it does. It obviously always feels unfortunate when all 3 losses came to screw of some sort.
Mana.
Um, but I mean, that's part of the game, and that's you play Magic and you love Magic, then you have to deal with it. So
Yep. So
variance is always going to catch you at some point or another.
yep. So we'll play again soon. Thanks everybody.
Take care, everyone.